We're going to meet the Aussie who's about to attempt a world record run around the globe. Maybe, just maybe, he was inspired by this guy.
Are you doing this for world peace?
Are you doing this for the homeless?
Are you running for women's rights?
Or for the environment?
Or for animals?
They just couldn't believe that somebody would do all that running for no particular reason.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.
And he did it for 3 years, and Tom Dennis is now ready to set off on his 2-year odyssey. He's trimmed a year off the journey, and he joins us in the studio. Well, do you need a reason, Tom?
I think you need some reason, and in my case it's the adventure.
Yeah, and you know, how did it start to germinate in your brain that I know what I'll do, I'll run around the planet?
Well, a couple of years ago I ran 1,000 Ks from Melbourne to Sydney, and I was surprised at how much I thoroughly enjoyed it. So after that I thought, well, how can I extend this? What's the maximum I can go to? And around the world seemed like a nice idea.
All right, well, you remember the days of Cliffy Young with the holy gumboots and Giannis Kouros. Those guys sort of ignited a whole generation for about 10 years of long-distance runners. People really got into those ultra-marathons, as they were called then. Have you always been a distance runner, or you know, were you some other type of sportsman?
No, actually, when I was young, I was a sprinter. And as I got a bit older, I thought, well, you know, there's not a lot of joy in sprinting when you're a little bit older, so I got into the longer distance and have graduated from there. Initially it was just marathons, but the last few years I've gotten into the much longer distances.
There must be a lot of planning in this. You're going to every continent except Antarctica. I think that was a wise decision. This is the path you're planning to take. You really reckon you can do this in 18 months to 2 years?
If I average 45 to 50 Ks a day, yeah.
There's going to be places, of course, where you can average a bit more than that, and other places that are going to be harder. Where do you anticipate will be the toughest place?
Probably in Southeast Asia, where it's really hot and humid every day. Those sorts of conditions are much more difficult than even hilly and mountainous terrain.
And obviously you're not married or anything like that.
Well, yeah, I am, and my wife will be accompanying me.
Right. I think that's the best idea. What's her idea? You know, what's her view of your decision to do this? And you know, how did you find someone so supportive?
Well, she loves to take photos. She's a photographer, so you know. On the Melbourne-Sydney run, she took some fantastic photos, and you know, just having a look at the vision here of forest in Monument Valley, you know, that's the sort of landscapes she enjoys too.
That stretch there is probably the most famous stretch of road in America. You know, everyone wants to stop and have their photo taken on that stretch. Yeah, that'll be an absolute, you know, field of plenty for a photographer.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will be. I will be running along that stretch of road, and so we'll probably spend a bit of time there with the photo opportunities.
Every journey starts with the first step. Where does the first step start on yours?
The Opera House this afternoon. From the Opera House to Bondi Beach, and then tomorrow we head off to New Zealand to start the run proper.
Okay, mate, we wish you luck. Will you send us a few photos?
Yeah.
We'd like to keep people up to date with where you are, and
yeah.
You know.
Well, there'll be Carmel's photos. So.
And as the beard develops, we want to see those photos too.
Been banned from.
Oh, come on! You've got to do the Forrest Gump beard.
I might do it for a little while, see how it goes.
All right, and people can catch your journey on tomsnextstep.com. Tom Dennis, good luck, mate.
Okay.
And Happy New Year. Back to you, Dad.